This podcast is brought to you by Kiwi Design. Kiwi is the leader in Oculus Quest and VR accessories. And now, you can deck out your device while supporting the podcast.
The Oculus Quest 2 is a great headset, but do you ever find things could be a bit more comfortable, maybe a little safer? Well, we have the solution for you. With lens protectors, controller grips, face covers, head straps, link cables, headset stands, and so much more.
And let's be real, we've all whacked our controller. You don't want to be that guy messaging Oculus support for your own mistake or waiting weeks for an out-of-stock controller. Visit the link in our show notes now to prepare yourself today.
And you don't need to sacrifice comfort for cost either. Kiwi is constantly running promotions of 20, 25, and even 30% off.
Just visit the link in our show notes and use the promo code on their website to take full advantage of your savings. And be sure to follow the link in our show notes so we get credit and you help support the podcast. And remember, Kiwi has you covered for all your VR needs. This podcast is brought to you today by Zencastr, the company we choose to use for our interviews.
I remember that first interview we had and the stress that we went through trying to find a platform that we were going to host this on.
That's where Zencastr came in. With HD video recording and studio sound quality, we were able to connect seamlessly with guests all over the world.
I love the fact that it's as easy as sending our guests a link, they click on it, and they're connected.
With automatic post-production, secured cloud backup, and automated transcripts, Zencastr is the perfect solution for any remote podcast. If you want to make remote podcasting easy,
make sure you go to zencastr.com/pricing and enter the promo code Ruff Talk VR, and you'll save 30% off your first 3 months.
That's zencastr.com/pricing, promo code Ruff Talk VR. It's your time to share your story. Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Ruff Talk VR. This episode we're hitting you with a second ForeVR game. Last one was ForeVR Bowling. This one is ForeVR Darts.
That came out pretty quick too.
Oh yeah.
Relatively quick after, if you look at the big picture from when they dropped their bowling game.
And I'm pretty sure if you go back and listen to the bowling review, I'm pretty sure we called it ForeVR Bowling, and I have since learned that it is ForeVR is what's going on with the name there, but it's spelled FORE and then capital VR.
Yeah, I still like saying
ForeVR.
ForeVR.
Yeah.
But whatever. We'll respect it. It's ForeVR. So ForeVR Darts.
ForeVR Darts.
How much is it?
It is $9.99 on the official Oculus Quest store, and it's made by, check this, ForeVR Games, Inc.
Go figure.
Go figure. So they got a clear running thing going, and there's a lot of similarities in this game and ForeVR Bowling.
It's the same game.
Very much so the same game, except the actual gameplay. Like,
correct.
Instead of bowling, you're doing darts, but the atmosphere.
The whole, and we probably touched on it with the bowling, but it's a big social game. So you also, besides the NPCs and all that shit that are there, but it's the social aspect of it is pretty huge. So they just took the whole thing and ported or
made it darts instead. Yeah, the lobby's the same. They still have the jukebox. Like the way you invite and start parties are the same. The leaderboard system's the same.
Yeah.
The only thing that they don't have in this that they had in the bowling is the selfie cam. I can't figure out how to do the selfie cam.
Yeah, I haven't found.
I'm clicking everything. I'm going everywhere. I see no selfie cam.
No, they even kept the little, slap hands and stuff.
Yep.
Clap, clap, clap.
That's
one of those Unity sound clips too, I think, right?
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah. And then the way you buy, if you played ForeVR Bowling, it's like, you go into that area in the lobby, the pro shop, you buy new bowling balls, you do the exact same with your darts. You can have a loadout of 3 darts and,
50 plus darts you can have. Well
that you can choose from.
Darts you can choose. You only play with 3, but.
Correct. And then you unlock them the same way that you unlock them in bowling too. It's like, as you progress and level up, it gives you access to more ones to buy in the store.
And each dart is got its own little effects to it.
Yep, there's weight, speed, everything like that.
Yeah, pretty graphic effects too come with each dart.
So it's quite interesting what they got going, because I imagine if they want to make another game, another ForeVR game, like ForeVR Tennis or something like that, I imagine it would be a ForeVR Racquetball. It would be a quick turnaround, right?
Racquetball. What are you, like 1984?
Oh, man, racquetball in VR would be fun, right?
Racquetball. Dude, I haven't heard the shit since probably the 90s. That was the last time I heard somebody say racquetball or racquetball club. Or
I think the only negative to racquetball VR would be like, trust your guardian. But nonetheless, that's
you're talking 4 different. No, I'll put it out there to ForeVR ForeVR Games though, because we see the theme they're going on. I mean, you called it. It's the same exact. Everything's the same as the ForeVR
Bowling.
VR bowling, except it's darts. But I want them to make pool.
Yeah,
dude.
That would be that. I've yet to see a good VR pool game.
No, there was one in Rec Room, but it was,
Yeah, well,
it just wasn't there. You know, it wasn't. It is what it is. But I'd love to see them make a pool game because they're on a good path. You know.
Yeah, I can imagine a world where 5 years from now they have like 15 different ForeVR games. You know, pretty much a whole sports collection. I can see the direction they're going very clearly.
Well, they got ForeVR. You could figure ForeVR VR skee ball.
Yeah,
would be a good one.
There's infinite possibilities, and it seems like currently people are enjoying it on the Quest store. Like I said, it's $9.99. It's currently got a 4.5 overall, and it just came out December 16th, 2021. So very, very new.
Couple weeks.
It's got 140 total ratings and 85 written reviews,
which is good.
Yeah,
it's about half the actual starred reviews. So
been out about half a month. You know, we had beta access to this, so we kind of got to see it grow. You know, through the stages, we got to see the gameplay improve a little bit over time. Yeah, the game's tight.
It's kind of like, here's what I would say though, and I said it the last time we talked about a darts game. If you're not into darts, it's just, you're not going to be into darts. I mean, I don't know what to say at the end of the day. It's like if you've actually played darts or you enjoy darts, then it's great. But if you don't like darts, I think it's a tough sell.
Yeah, you're probably gonna spend $10 and then, you know, be like, oh, I'm not really getting too much play time out of this. But
yeah, you'll have fun for a little bit, but you'll be like, oh, well, you know, it's not like you're gonna go there and then run to some dart club or the local pub and I want to play darts.
Yeah. Whereas me, I go to the bar and I see a pool table and I see a dart table like that. Fuck yeah, I'm playing. I'm 100%. I love darts. So I saw this. I saw them come out with it. I was actually pretty hyped. And they got a pretty good amount of different game modes. They got single out 101, 201, 301, and double out 301, 501. So what that means is, example, single out 301, you have to get 301 points. You have to be the first one, you know, of the opponents you're facing to hit that score, but you got to hit it exact. So if you're hitting 20 on the dartboard, you're hitting 15, boom, you got it all the way down to 4. If you hit an 8, you're going to do what they call bust, and you're going to go down to -4, and then it resets you back to where you last were above the score.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty simple game mode, and then double out, pretty much the same thing, where, you know, you got to run down the score, but instead of hitting a 4, you got to hit the double little line there. So
well, they give you a cheat sheet to the right. So if there's any question about, you know, what the value of each space is besides the obvious, you know, like a 20, the big blocks are 20, but those little tiny lines in between.
Yep, the ones on the far outside are double, and the middle one is triple.
Correct.
So if you know darts, that's pretty simple to pick up, but if you're just playing this for the first time, then yeah, that is kind of useful information to know with that cheat sheet right to the right.
I will say this though, that if you don't know anything about darts and you want to learn, then this would be a good game.
Yeah.
Because you can get, you know, you'll know the different modes that maybe a friend or whatever would want you to play, meaning like that 301 or the double out. But you at least understand the scoring to it, which, you know, long story short, I can't say I was an expert in dart scoring, but now I'm pretty proficient in knowing that in real life, if I threw a dart and it landed there, this is how much the value would be. So I don't feel as foolish.
Yeah. And you know what's something I appreciate about this game too? They have hand tracking option, but they give you the option to do both. You can either use controllers or the hand tracking.
Hand tracking works?
Yeah, it's a nice little novelty thing. In the end, when I'm playing competitively with you and I want to win, I put on the controllers.
Yeah, I mean, hand tracking is great, but for some reason I always end up with that controller.
Yeah, when it comes to competitive play, it's nice that they give the option if somebody, you know, they like the realism of actually throwing their hands, but I always just find the controllers work the best.
Yeah, once like a force feedback with the fingers is more of a thing, then I think I'll fall more in love with the hand tracking.
Yeah, and like the ability to track fast motions. Notice you move your arm too fast, it's not going to pick it up.
But their hand tracking is legit. There's no, you know, I haven't found anything kind of, you know, janky with it.
Yep, my hand's not having a seizure when I go to do it, so that's always nice.
If you prefer playing with the controller, that'll work, and if you prefer with the hand, and they definitely have, invested in that working. So you can kind of see where they're going with everything too. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and we kind of touched on it when I was rolling through, all the similarities that they have in bowling. But yeah, so they have a jukebox feature in this. So if you want to play some tunes while you're playing darts too, you can go on YouTube. You can, and they have some pre-selected playlists.
Their pre-selected playlists are good.
Yep.
I've gone through most of them.
Or you can go into the search option and just, type in whatever song you want to listen to in the moment. Yeah.
Thousands of songs.
If it's on YouTube, you can listen to it. So that's pretty cool.
My I guess beat 'em up factor would be is like, if you're doing it as a social thing and you're friending up with somebody and you're playing as a group, then somebody should be able to choose the music for everybody to hear. So I guess I appreciate the fact that the jukebox is there, but I kind of wish like everybody could all hear the same song.
Yeah. So example, like if you play a song, you're going to hear it, but I'm not going to hear it, even if we're in the same lobby playing together.
Correct.
I don't know how that works from like a developmental point, but I wish it could be done.
Yeah. I mean, whoever hosts it should, that's how it could be done.
Yeah.
Whoever hosts it, that's who's got the jukebox, and people who joined it don't.
Yeah. It's just inaccessible,
But I do appreciate that, regardless, everyone gets a jukebox with thousands of songs. And I'm not going to lie, I don't use it that often.
Yeah, but I will say is I'll use it not if we're playing together because we don't hear the same song. So I'll usually end up just turning all this like music effects down in the settings. But if I'm playing by myself and I'm getting into a groove, it is nice to be able to, put some Fleetwood Mac in the back or something like that,
You always go old school.
Yeah, always got to go old school. So the game, it's nice. They have an easy, a medium, and a hard mode. And like most simulating games, I tend to have the most fun in hard mode. Mm-hmm. But if you've never played darts before, like definitely start in that easy mode. It gives you like a really tight line tracking line. So you'll put your hand up like you're going to throw the dart, and it gives you like this curved arch line that'll like show you exactly where the dart's going to go if you throw your hand properly. And then on medium mode, it does that exact same thing, but the circle's a little bit bigger. I shouldn't say a little bit bigger. The circle's probably like triple the freaking size.
Mm-hmm.
And then hard mode, there's no help. There's no tracking or anything like that. So I found the most realistic fun in hard mode, but if you'd never played darts before, I'd probably recommend starting in that easy arcadey feel mode.
Yeah, I would start on easy just because it's there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be the first to admit, I'm not even going to blow my style here, but how I throw the darts in easy mode or the middle mode, totally different than how I throw the dart in hard mode.
Yeah, easy and in medium mode, you're throwing it arcadey. Like you're lining up and you just kind of like,
No, I'm just saying how I'm like I said, I'm not blowing I got some posted scores that are decent. So if I start talking shit about how I do it, then I'm off the list, I'm proud of where I got it with the darts. But there is this different technique that you'll notice you use, but it's an easy game to learn.
Yeah.
Pinch the dart that you choose, and not gonna lie, unlocking the new darts when you level up and stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I got some really freaking cool. You wonder, how many cool darts can there be? But just like the bowling balls that they came out with, and each one has its own little unique, different thing. It's the same exact thing with the darts.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, and the weight difference makes a significant difference. So if they show,
more in the pro mode for me, honestly, because again, I just use this.
Oh, you mean the hard mode?
Yeah, the hard mode.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, you're right. You could drop it on the floor, pick up a 28 gram, dart and throw it the same. It's not going to land the same.
If I had any complaint though, it would just be that the game modes are pretty much the same exact thing, just multiplied score without like a more of a variety, like around the world or something like that.
Totally agree.
Sometimes I feel like we'll do a couple rounds and then we'll be like, let's go do a different game mode. But it's really just kind of the same thing, just single out or double out with different variety of scores. Whereas if you go on Google and you type in, darts games with Frenzers, you'll see lists of 30 different ones for beginners and stuff. There's no shortage of different ways to play darts. Whereas with this, it's a little bit just, different variety of score with single or double way out.
Yeah, I had hoped that when it had come out, it was going to have at least the around the world or something other than, and I'm not shitting on it hard. I'm just being honest that I had kind of hoped that there was more game modes than just the, start at 501 points and hit 20, then it drops down 20, you know.
And I'll tell you a big reason why that I have a beef with that, because you'll play with somebody like you, and you hit that triple 20 like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So if we're going down from 500 and you're popping out 180 every 3 darts at a minimum,
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
I think my high is like 160 something for a 3-dart average. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I wish there was more modes.
Yeah, because if you get somebody like you who's really good at finding that spot, even on hard mode, you'll get that triple quite a bit. It's like, ah, man, you're at a huge disadvantage. Whereas something like Around the World, where you have to hit a specific spot, you know, that's not that same sweet spot that you have tuned in on the 20 times 3.
It is a brutal score.
Oh my God!
Yeah, no, I talk shit usually when it's going down too, so it makes it even worse.
Because the way they do it is that it's in rounds, so you get 3 darts per round, like 3 throws. So I'll get a 20, then I'll get a 17, then I'll get, you know, another 20. So, you know, decent round of 3. I look over and you got 60, 60, 60. I'm like, this freaking guy.
It's painful to have to throw like the 1 too, because you need like the 1 point.
Yeah.
So it's like shit, you gotta throw that 1.
Well, that's when the game mode becomes the most fun, is when you're down to your final few points and it's like you have to get specifically an 8 or a 7. That's when the game becomes fun. So if there's something like Around the World where that's the whole game.
At a minimum. Yeah, you got to have the Around the World, or at least another game option.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to want to play like quote unquote professional darts, you know, especially when it's kind of like the social,
a beginner friendly game too.
Yeah. And the social experience that they create around the game, just like when we spoke about them doing their bowling, their ForeVR VR bowling, same social experience, which is a huge part of the game. So why have just that one? I mean, even in bowling, they gave you like bumpers, right?
Yeah, different. Yeah, and like bowling's more
for
of a
one
thing.
of the levels. So it's like they did have different things going on, because one could argue how much can you really mess with bowling? But
I was gonna say bowling's not known for playing, you know, 20, 30 different games on, whereas a dartboard is, you know.
yeah, they have those baseball ones and all sorts of different creative, crafty things. I'm sure one could come up with.
And what I'll say is, just for playtime amount, the biggest thing that stops me and you from doing more and more and more rounds is just, you know, we played a couple rounds of single out, we played a couple rounds of double out. How much more of those are you going to do in one session, you know? So I think if they had those different game modes, it would keep us playing longer in one session too, you know?
Or give you like a 10,000 point mode.
Oh yeah, just a ridiculous. Oh, you know what would be a cool mode?
I would do that.
Here's, you know, 20 darts. How high of a score can you get?
Yeah. I mean, it seems, and I'm hoping that, again, you know, that it actually goes somewhere. I mean, for $9.99 though, I mean, I guess I'm being a jerk.
Well, and
for
also
$19.99, probably have everything you asked for.
Yeah, I would be much more critical of the lack of game modes if it was a higher price tag. But for $9.99, you know,
it's more than fair.
And also it's like they've done the hard part. Like they have the game built. Adding the game modes. I mean, I'm not a developer. I'm not a programmer. I don't know. Maybe that's the more complicated part. But I'd imagine that's the less complicated part.
What's that? The actual game?
Like making the new game modes. Like I imagine that's less complicated than building the whole freaking game. So they got the hard part
their
done.
Foundation, yeah.
Yeah. So now adding those game modes should be a little bit, you know.
I've never been able to pick up on like how far they're going to take it, or
is this done?
How many different? What's their? Yeah, I don't know. I really wish I did, because again, I just want them to make pool. I mean. I don't see what can stop them.
I hate to do a review and be like, I wish, but when you see the clear direction that they're going of, they're going to do it's very obvious they're going to do a series of different sports games, all with the same theme.
Well, and if it's social, what's another great social game?
Yeah, pool.
And that really hasn't been done. So it's like, I've seen a couple of dart games, you know, there's some App Lab ones as well. I've seen some other games, there's a few of them, but nobody's really locking in the pool. Don't know why. I think they should.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
They're good at what they do.
Be fun for VR accessories too. Build a big pool stick one to clip your controllers on, you know.
And I will be selfish with it, because again, and I only say it because they are good at what they do. The bowling experience they gave was really fun. I mean, and it is fun. Mm-hmm. A lot of laughs. Darts is a little tougher sell, because again, you gotta at least want to play darts.
Yeah, anybody can pick up bowling and have a decent time with it. Darts is a little bit of a harder sell.
Definitely different style of gaming,
Mm-hmm.
but they've got it. So if you're into it, I think you're really going to enjoy it.
Yep.
So if they did something else, I would go into it with the anticipation that I'll probably enjoy it, no matter what it was. But it has to be pool.
I'd love to sit and talk with them and find out how long it takes to produce a new ForeVR game. You know, with this base foundation that they have.
Oh, I agree. I've got numerous questions, especially when I saw the exact similarities between their other game.
That kind of caught me off guard when I first opened it up. I was not expecting to. I felt like I was in ForeVR Bowling.
Yeah.
So that's why
same little opening theme song and everything.
Yeah, I feel bad for anybody listening to this review who never played ForeVR Bowling, because I kind of started this review hot, like, oh my god, it's pretty much the exact same game.
Just
but
like bowling.
if you've played ForeVR Bowling, it's literally, imagine you turned on ForeVR Bowling one day and then there was a dartboard to the side and you were playing darts on it. That's exactly how it feels.
Yeah, same little, literally everything's the same. There's even got the NPC that works behind the counter desk that waves at you.
Yep, and the different NPCs around playing and stuff like that. That's always one of my coolest, or one of my favorite features that they have going. And the difference in the game modes is pretty good. Like, it's good to play easy to learn. I'll say if you play easy forever, you're probably going to get bored. Yeah. Very, very quickly, because it's almost too easy.
Play on
but
the hardest mode.
That's where I had my most fun.
Yep.
And I know
it's the most challenging and probably the most realistic.
It's absolutely the most realistic, because the other two modes, I'm not throwing it like I play darts. In hard mode, I'm not exactly throwing it the same as I do real darts, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, I won't argue that.
But that just might be a me thing for the game modes, because I had the same feeling in Golf Plus. I had my most fun in the hard mode with no aid, because it was the most realistic. I'm having, maybe some people like to have their handheld. For me, I like the simulation feel.
I think the redundancy of the easy modes in games is just, even story modes I've done in easy just to get through it and understand the story, and then go back and play it in the harder mode. So, but yeah, hard mode's always a little more fun. It
could also be because although you still got a lot of 60s on hard mode, I stood more of a chance against you in hard mode. You spanked me on easy.
Yeah, no, I'm using a little technique on easy that it obviously doesn't fail too often. So, and if it does, it's on me. It's not a behavior of the game. It's just something I picked up and kind of figured out, and it seems to work really well for me.
Well, what I like about it too is if you're doing the easy mode and you go to throw it and you don't throw it hard enough and it just drops straight down, it doesn't count against you. It has to pass a certain line for it to count as a miss.
Yeah, you gotta almost get it
pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yeah, you have to intentionally throw. So if you're just like aiming up your dart and you release before you throw, you're not going to get nailed on it. So that's always pretty cool.
And they put thought into it, because it even makes the sound when it hits the floor.
Clunk.
But unlike bowling, when you drop that bowling ball and it rolls past that line, even if it's moving a snail's pace, that counts.
Oh yeah, and that was something that happened to me a lot in that game. And you know what's one childish thing I love here though?
What?
It's one of the first things I did when we load up.
Threw a dart.
Yeah, if
at
you
a
throw
person.
it sticks in them. Beautifully. It looks so comical too.
And they give you different things that you can, like when you go to buy the dart, there's a dartboard in front of the area that you buy, so you can try out any dart you want.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you're buying a car,
right?
But I mean, that was different than bowling. You could just buy the ball there, but you couldn't practice
test roll
with
it. No,
yeah.
You could like pick it up and look at it, but you couldn't actually use it. Correct?
Yeah, they give you little balloons to throw out and little novelties.
And again, on hard mode and stuff, the weight of the dart makes a big freaking difference. I have one dart in my loadout that's just massive. I don't even know why I have it.
I have a 28 grammer, I think.
Yeah, it's
a heavy dart.
And you go to throw it, and you'll just it has way more of a downward spike, because I usually don't throw my dart. I'm used to throwing with the light one, so I go to the heavy one. I'm not putting enough arm swing into it.
Yeah, if you don't rifle it, it'll do the
little downward, mayday.
Yep. And then amazingly, sometimes stick in a spot that I got like 4 bullseyes in hard mode the other night, didn't I?
Yeah, that was crazy. I think that was like 2 nights ago. We were playing hard mode, so I see bullseye. I'm like, dude, we're on hard mode. It's not supposed to be like this.
You know what's crazy? I always grew up thinking that if you got the bullseye, like you won, or it was some
like the highest score.
Yeah, I had never knew that. Honestly,
that 20 with that middle
20
line.
Bars, yeah, that's the one to go for.
That triple score.
That's your money spot. 60
points, baby. That's real frustrating to deal with.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's I can't knock it. It's fun.
No, it's simple. $9.99. So again, if they were selling it for $19.99, $25, I'd be but for $9.99,
I'd be upset at the lack of game modes.
I agree. But for $9.99, it gives you, I'd say, enough entertainment, to justify it.
Absolutely. I can't remember how much their first game was off the top of my head, and I feel bad that I didn't actually try to remember, only because I was thinking of it as its own thing. But the similarities are so close. But the value for $9.99 is definitely worth it.
Yeah.
If you like darts.
Yeah.
If you don't like darts, don't go run out and buy it and say, hey, I heard you guys had fun.
Yeah, I only played it for 30 minutes. Well,
now I'm angry. I mean, you can play the NPCs too. So if you want to get really good and like legit good, then play them on hard mode. See what happens.
And I won't lie, if you go to play this game and you're playing on easy and medium and you're not finding it the most fun, I just say go to hard, because for me, admittingly, I wasn't having the most fun in easy mode.
No.
I had more fun in medium, and then we went to hard mode, and I had a freaking blast. But it is good to start in easy to learn how to play and everything.
If I were you, I wouldn't have had fun in easy mode playing me.
What, you mean 60, 60, 60?
Yeah, I don't think it would have been. I mean, because let's be honest, you reach a point, you throw your 3 darts, you look at your score, you look over, your opponent
has 180 gone.
Yeah, when there's that much of an advantage, it's like, come on, what am I doing now? I just got to sit through this painfully and watch every round go in someone else's. Because obviously, if you're banging out 360s in a row, you're probably not going to miss many.
Yeah, so if anybody's listening to this, don't play easy against Stratus. Even medium, don't play him. On hard, man, it's you're going to lose. You're going to lose.
I don't say that.
But
you had me on my heels last night.
Yeah, finally. Took
the
a
last
while.
dart. I just couldn't get the...
Well, again, that's why Around the World...
That awkward-ass number I needed.
Imagine playing Around the World on hard mode, dude. I'd be sitting there peeing myself playing.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, I'd be peeing myself laughing.
Yep.
It'd be so hard. But that's fun,
It would be better than just the...
So I'd say the
current method.
The game modes are enough to teach somebody how to play darts and, teach which spots matter and, the basics.
Scores. Yep.
It's enough for, a week or two. But then after that, it's I definitely would be spending a lot more time with this game with more different game mode variety. Before we get into just a bunch of redundancy and we start repeating ourselves, you want to hop into our final thoughts and rating?
Yeah, I might as well. I mean, I don't want to talk it to death being darts and...
Yeah, it's simple. It's darts. I mean, the gameplay execution, the physics of it, they nailed. They got that part.
No, they again, and they killed it with their first. I think we rated them.
I think a 90. Yeah, I think from both of us.
They got a 90 out of us on their bowling game. So I mean, essentially, same company, same dynamic, same everything, same social, It lacked the camera though.
Yeah, that part was negative. I like my selfie cam.
No selfie cam.
Nonetheless, though. So for our 4 categories of gameplay, aesthetics, functionality, and replayability, rated on a score of 1 to 25. For gameplay, I'll give them a 20. I can't knock them on the physics. I can't say, sometimes I throw the dart and it doesn't go where I want it to. If it feels like my mistake if I'm playing on hard mode and I throw the dart and I spike it on the outside, it's because of me and I know it the second it leaves my hand. And they give you the option to hold your hand in easy mode. They give you the option to have a non-direct circle but still have the line tracking with medium. And then hard mode is where I love. So the gameplay is good. Everything's tight in it. They nail the social features again with the music. No selfie cam is a little sad, but the gameplay's tight, and the social aspects is tight. So I'll give them a 20 there. Aesthetics, I'm going to give them a 20, simply because I gave them a 20 for Forever Bowling, and the graphics are exactly the same. Everything of the aesthetics is the same. The environment's the same, so got to give them a 20 again on aesthetics. Functionality, I'll give them a 25 because I have not had a single glitch. Again, if you're going to talk about how the darts are thrown and how they feel, it feels realistic. It feels good. Doesn't feel like any glitchiness. I tried to throw it straight and it went way far to the left or anything like that. No. So no glitches. I've had no crashes at desktop. No issues really joining parties too much or anything like that. So functionality, I'll give a 25. Replayability, I'm going to be a little mean here, and I'm going to give a 10. That's just because there's not enough game modes to keep you bringing back. There's no tournaments. You got single out and double out, which is enough, again, to teach you how to play darts, to have fun for like a week or two. But after that, you're probably not going to keep coming back without more game mode variety. So just to be honest, I got to give a 10 on replayability there. So 20, 20, 25, and 10. Unless I'm very bad at math, that's a 75.
All right, 75.
I'm always worried, man. Many mistakes that I can make in a podcast. Maybe there is a selfie cam I haven't found. Right, I'm gonna get called an idiot. Right, of all of the things to mess up on, basic addition is not the one I want to mess up on.
Yeah, I got too many jokes.
I can take missing a game element, like it happens to everybody. Math, that's inexcusable.
Yep. No, I double check, triple check.
Calculator, it's like, come on.
And then you get that math anxiety that all of a sudden you've forgotten how to do basic math, like you said. But no, I get it. So, I've said it numerous times. If you don't like darts, you're not going to like the game. I mean, there's not going to be any selling you on it. But if you enjoy the game of darts, then you're going to love it. If you're a casual player of darts, then you'll probably enjoy it, but you won't love it. But anywho, I'm a casual guy. So I enjoy it, but I don't absolutely like, I gotta play darts. If there were other game modes and then there continued to be other things, then I'd probably actually love it. But gameplay itself, I give them a 25. I enjoy it. It's fun for what it is. It's a dart game. I can't think of it as anything else. It's pretty obvious that's what it is. But I enjoy it in the time we play it together. Can't say I'm going to search around and look for strangers to play darts with, because to me darts is more of that the person you're playing with. So that's kind of a weird thing with the game too. Unlike other games where playing a stranger could be acceptable and appropriate, I don't play too many strangers in darts in real life, although I'm sure it's a thing. But a 25. Aesthetics, a 25. That's what I gave them last time. That's what they get this time. I can't disagree with you at all. It's the exact same graphics. Darts. It's not like the dartboard is any high tech or low tech different than the bowling alleys were. Functionality, I give them a 20. I kind of justify that because there's a significant difference in how you throw the dart. For me anyways, how I throw the dart in easy or the middle mode versus the hard mode. The hard mode, I throw it like 100% different, and it's weird because you would think even in easy mode you could still throw the dart the same, but if you want to post those high scores or get those triple 20s every single time you throw it, or bullseyes at will, then you're not going to throw it the same. So I have to give them a 20 because it's not very consistent. Replayability, again, I mean, I agree with you. There's only so many times you want to go in there and play just that same game mode, and I'm not crapping on it because it's like, again, I agree, it's fun, but you just kind of want more. So there has to be a reason to want more. Unlocking the darts is cool. You get the darts by leveling up. You can buy them, and they all got, again, their cool own little features to them that make them unique from the other darts. But what's going to draw me to want to go back to get more darts? And that's going to be different game modes. So for that, they get a 15. They do get an 85 for me, though. It's only 5 points less than the bowling. But it might be because I actually enjoy darts a little, but I'm a casual guy.
Yeah.
I'm
and I agree.
not a pro darter.
I agree 100% what you're saying about darts as a game you play with friends. I've never gone to a bar and
Who
called
wants
over.
to play some darts?
Yeah, it's usually something like you're sitting there with your buddy
Who's
drinking a beer,
next?
and you go, "Yeah, hey, let's play a quick round of darts." And
I got
both
winner.
of you suck, and
Yeah, no, that's just how it's been for me. And again, maybe I'm wrong because I know there are dart clubs and stuff, or dart halls.
Mm-hmm.
Is that would be proper? Like a dart hall? Go and meet you at the dart hall? Probably not so much around here.
No, but even like pool, you would play. I played pool with strangers before. You play like twos
Absolutely.
with your friend. You play with your friend, and you face two other guys all the time. Uniquely to darts, in my opinion, that is a game you play with your friends.
I think darts itself is a unique little
unique
niche
game. Yeah.
to be in. And I think it's actually I think it's daring.
For them to go that route.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they came out of the gate with
A very popular game in pool. I'm sorry, and bowling. We've been
that's
sitting here saying
awesome.
pool all
The
episode,
Freudian slip
right?
of what you really want them to have too.
right? No, they came out hot with bowling. Bowling's a popular game.
You know, it's got a pretty big audience.
Darts is very niche.
and they did a good job at it. Yeah, and then they went to like almost the complete opposite side
Mhm.
of let's do something that nobody's really doing at all. And I think that takes a lot of courage.
And I'd say that
And dude, I'm telling you, when they drop that pool one they're working on, it's gonna be good. Couple of 2-3 pool halls you can go to.
I hope that they do a pool one. That would be cool.
They'd be crazy not to.
Yeah.
There's only I think 3 different dart areas too in this game that you can play in. Unlike I think the bowling had a lot more than 3.
Mm-hmm. I think there was 5 or 6.
Yeah. So I'm hoping
Minimum.
that we're gonna see some other dart halls open up or dart pubs, whatever the case, and then see what happens from there.
Yeah. So I'll say when you look at it as a dart game, they nailed it. Like they nailed the atmosphere, the social aspect. I feel like I'm playing darts with you in person when we're sitting there.
Yeah. And again, you can high five and shit.
The gameplay's tight. The social aspect's tight. The only thing the game's missing is just more gameplay modes, I think.
Yeah, more reason to continue playing.
Yeah.
There is a reason to play it, but a tougher reason to just continue to play it.
Well, and what's not fair is like they have like 6 or 7 different game modes, but it's all the same game mode. It's like they have, 101 out. Oh, sorry, for single outs, they goes 101, 201, 301.
Yeah.
And then for double out, it's 301, 501. It's like those are all the same game.
Yeah, just higher numbers.
Yeah.
Same
So
concept.
Not really
same
different game modes. You kind of got 2 game modes. You have single out and double out.
Yeah, I was trying to give them more credit, But
Yeah.
what's cool is if anybody who didn't play the bowling game because they don't like bowling, but they're
Mhm.
like, shit, I love darts, they'll be able to gain a trust from ForeVR that, hey, they gave a good product for darts. So if they came out with something that interests you, cornhole or whatever the
Mhm.
game is, you already kind of know what you're getting for your money. And that I think they're pretty clever with.
Yeah. No, I love that idea of this is this is what the feel of our game is.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
This is what we are.
So
and
while,
you can trust our product. I think it's pretty smart.
while I was caught off guard loading up this one and it being the exact same as bowling in terms of atmosphere, now if they were to come out with a new one and I loaded it up and it was different, I would be
disappointed.
I would be equally as caught off guard.
Yeah, you want that little
touch, which makes you think too. You ready? When they have like 10 different one of these, right?
Mhm.
When they have darts, when they have bowling, and then maybe they have, I don't know, pool, like you said,
Pool's
cornhole,
next. Yeah,
whatever.
pool's next.
It's got to be. It's just too good.
Yep.
When they have all those, you could sell a game pack, on Oculus Store, but imagine combining them all into one massive game, call it like Arcade Hall or something like that.
That's where I was kind of hoping
Yep.
they were going
Sell
with
it for like $40 or something like that.
that each one of these is just a different room in
The final game.
or the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Because so far, I mean, you can play darts in a bowling alley.
Yeah.
And if they did pool, you can play pool and skee ball.
Well, that's why I even said before, it's exactly like imagine you loaded up ForeVR Bowling and you look to your left and there's a dartboard and then you started playing darts. Like that's exactly how it feels.
Correct. I wouldn't even mind a blank screen for it to load. I wouldn't be disappointed at
Yeah.
that if that's the end game. But no, again, I've got trust in them that whatever they produce, I'm kind of got their minimum standard of quality set for what my expectation is from them, and I give them props for it.
No, I agree. And like I feel like my score is a little bit too mean for how good the game is because in the darts element they nail. It's just I'm being very salty and bitter about the game modes.
That's all right.
It's okay.
I'm sure we both sound a little repetitive about it, but I mean, someone's going to buy it, they're going to play it, and they're going to be like, really? You talked for 30 minutes and you couldn't tell me that there was only really like one game mode?
Yeah. And like I can't emphasize enough, that's enough to start. Like when you first play it.
If you're into darts, you're going to love it.
Yeah, and when you're learning how to play, that's enough to teach you. But, after a week.
Yeah,
You know?
it's just the style of gaming.
Yeah.
But that's, I'm not going to rant repetitively more than I already have.
So 85 from you,
Yep.
75 from me, Check out more from ForeVR VR coming in the future. I hope to see a whole game collection from them.
Absolutely.
All right, check you out next week.
Podcasting remotely can be a challenge. And when we first began interviewing developers, we ran into every headache imaginable.
From connection issues to video lag to sound quality performance, we knew there had to be a better platform we could use.
That's where Zencaster came in, allowing us to easily connect with guests all over the world. Zencastr is simple to use with no download needed. With studio quality sound, HD video recording, automatic post-production, automatic transcripts, and a cloud backup, Zencastr is the perfect solution for any remote podcast.
If you'd like to have the same easy experience that we did for all your podcasting and content needs, then make sure to go check out zencastr.com/pricing and enter the promo code Ruff Talk VR, and you'll save 30% off your first 3 months.
That's zencastr.com/pricing, promo code Ruff Talk VR. Zencastr, making your remote podcasting easy. Hey guys, Dscruffles here. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and rate us 5 stars on whatever podcast platform you listen to. And definitely don't forget to check out our official subreddit and join us there at r/RuffTalkVR. There you can join a community of other podcast fans, join us for some podcast meetup games, get first scoop on new episodes, interact with us a little bit directly, and more. As well, be sure to check out our official podcast supporter link, the Buy Me a Coffee link you can find right in our show notes, where you can donate to the podcast either one time, multiple times, become a monthly supporter. That way you can help us on our journey to make podcasting a full-time gig so we can continue to bring you more great podcasting content. As well, be sure to visit the Kiwi Design link in our show notes as well, where you can go and shop for different Oculus Quest 2 VR accessories, whether it's knuckle straps, lens protectors, face shields, whatever. Kiwi has you covered. So again, visit the Kiwi Design link in our show notes, help support the podcast, and pick yourself up some sweet Oculus Quest 2 gear.